Well, welcome everybody to Keep Moving with Emily. My name is Emily. I'm your adaptive pregnant trainer helping you keep moving. All the classes that I teach have exercises that are found to be safe and beneficial for people living with MS. The nice thing about this class is you can do it seated, you can do it standing, a combination of both, depending on how you're feeling. The equipment that we're going to be using today, I've got a set of hand weights, a tennis ball, I always have water, and then I've got a chair. And so we're going to get in a nice full body workout from our head to our toes. This is a really fun format that I'll explain a little bit later, but we're first going to do a nice warm up. If you have cognitive challenges, I always have the workouts written up on the screen so you can follow along and know exactly what we're going to be doing. It helps me as well. So I've lived with MS for almost 20 years now, and I've been teaching for over 10. And so I love making fitness accessible for all levels of ability. No matter what your limitation, you really can keep moving. And hopefully by the end of this class, you're going to feel stronger, you're going to feel successful, and maybe do something new and different that you've never done before. With every class that I do, I always like to do a body scan. You'll see it up on the screen. This is just like kind of a way to check in with how we're feeling. Every day with MS is different. Some days we feel stronger than other days. Sometimes our muscles or our cognition or fatigue, it can always ebb and flow. And so it's just kind of check in with your body, see how you're feeling, and let that inform you on how you move, what adaptive and modifications you need that are going to work best for you. So wherever you're at, you can take a seat or stand. Just take a big deep breath in through the mouth or through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to be present for the next hour to help ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally as we move our bodies. As we check in from our head to our toes, I just want you to kind of check in with your mood. How are you coming to class today? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling joyful, stressed, anxious, whatever those feelings might be? The nice thing about exercises is it can help boost our mood. And so hopefully by the end of the class, you'll either just escape the chaos of life for a little bit, or you'll find that your mood has been boosted. Check in with your fatigue. How'd you wake up this morning? Was your tank already on empty? Are you feeling pretty good? Exercise can also help with our fatigue. So just listen to your body as we move today. Check in with that cognition. Again, slow things down if you need to. Always take a look up at the screen so you know exactly what we're doing. As we move down to the rest of our body, just check in with any pain, tightness in those muscles, spasticity, numbness, tingling, whatever it is in all those muscles from our arms all the way down to our legs. If you're having balance issues or leg weakness today, give yourself permission to do this seated. You can get in a really effective workout even from a seated position. So there's no shame in making those modifications. And the last thing I like to do is just kind of set your intention. Why are you here today? Why are you coming? For me, I just want to get my body moving and connect with other people living with MS. So take a big breath in, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale it out. And we're going to start with our nice little warm up. Again, you can do this seated or standing, depending on how you're feeling. I'll start seated. We're just going to look from right to left, warming up our neck. Inhale as we look over one shoulder. Exhale as we look over the other. If you joined me before, you'll notice all my warm-ups and cool downs are the same. So we got to go from our head to our toes. So we might as well just, do it all. Good. Last one here. Now we're going to look up to the sky, bring your chin to your chest. But if you get that weird electric zing when you bend your neck forward, just look up to the sky and then bring your head back to neutral. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down. We're kind of doing a nice gentle dynamic warm-up, meaning we're moving slowly through all these moves, warming up our muscles, getting our blood pumping, prepping our bodies for our workout. Good. Last one here. Look up to the sky, bring your chin to your chest. Nice. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Sometimes I like to add in my elbows. It kind of gives me a little bit better range of motion. Good. Really open up that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. And then we're going to roll those shoulders forward. Good. Move this out of the way. Keep going. Nice job. Ugh. Feels good. Open up that chest. All right. Last one here. Shake it out. We're going to go into arm openers. I like to add in like a nice little side step. So if I'm standing, I can step from side to side, open up those arms. Or if I'm seated, just tapping that toe. Good. Getting that blood pumping and waking up our bodies. Good. 3, 2, And 1. Arms out to the side, tiny circles forward. Add in a knee mark if you can. If you're standing, no need to do the knee mark if it throws off your balance. Warming up those shoulders, core is nice and engaged. If we're seated, always check in with your posture. Reverse the direction with those circles. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Whew, shake it out. Moving into that spinal twist, so we're just reaching across the body, working our brain and our body. We reach that opposite arm to that opposite corner. Working a little bit of spinal rotation, warming up that core. Good. We can always change the range of motion, especially if our muscles are feeling tighter. We don't have to go as far. 2 more on each side. Here's 1 and 2. Nice. All right, we're gonna move into reach overs. You can place your hand on your hip or your forearm on your thigh. We're just gonna reach it up and over and up and up. Or you can have that hand on that hip. Whatever feels good. We're getting a nice stretch in those obliques and those shoulders. Just a little lateral bend here. Good. We're almost finished warming up that upper body. And we're gonna do some lower body warm-ups. The next move on the screen, those knee hugs do require some balance. So if standing on one leg does not work for you, go on ahead and take a seat. All right, as we sit down, we're gonna grab underneath the knee, pulling that knee up towards our chest, point and flex the toe or rotate in the ankle. If we're having some tightness in our hips, you can always just pull that knee up and release. Kind of open up those hips. Not holding for too long on each side. We'll do about 4 or 5 reps on each side as we alternate. Pulling that hip up. Good, this one feels really good in those hips, especially if we sit all day. Kind of changes the direction and get those ankles ready as well. A couple more on each side. Maybe we're just kind of doing some nice little light knee pulls. Works for me. Do 1 more on each side. Good. Feels good. Get this body moving. Warmed up. So good. All right, next one's called hamstring scoop. So I'm going to extend 1 foot out, heels from the ground, toes pointed up. I'm going to hinge forward, reaching down towards that toe, scooping those arms up, and then pressing my hands down. So I'm getting a nice full body warm up here as I stretch that lower body as I reach towards that toe. And then as I open up my arms, I'm getting a nice stretch of my chest. Good. We'll do about 4 or 5 on the right, 4 or 5 on the left. Good. Notice that we're kind of moving through this. We're not holding anything. Our muscles are not yet warm for that. Last one here. Good. Arms come down, pull that knee in, extend the other leg out, heels in the ground, toes pointed up. We're gonna hinge forward, bring that chest down, towards that foot. We don't have to touch the toes. Feel a nice stretch in the back of that leg, that hamstring, and the chest. Good. Feeling good. Getting that blood pumping. Anytime we reach hands up overhead, you're really gonna get that blood pumping. So it's a really great way to for cardiovascular system. Good, let's do 1 more. Beautiful. All right, final one is windmill. So I like to have my legs wide, arms wide. If we're standing, we're gonna kind of be shifting from side to side as you push your weight from right to left, or if we're seated, I'm touching opposite hand to opposite knee, ankle, shin, whichever range of motion works for you. Again, we're working that brain as we touch opposite hand to opposite leg, and then sit nice and tall. Core is engaged. Good. Let's do 2 more on each side. Here's 1 and 2. Good. All right. Feeling a little warm. We're going to continue with our warm-up. Go on ahead and grab your tennis ball. We're going to move into some hand-eye coordination, or also known as neuromotor exercises. These exercises are great for our dexterity. It's for our brain-body connection. And using the tennis ball is a simple way to work all those things. So I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can see what we're doing. Let's go. All right. So you're going to see up on the screen, we got like 8 or 10 different moves. You can either do this seated or standing, up to you. We're going to kind of toss and squeeze. So as I toss the ball from right to left hand, or left to right, I'm going to squeeze that ball nice and tight, and then toss to the other hand. Squeeze that ball nice and tight. Just toss and squeeze. We're connecting our brain to our body, working our dexterity as we're working those fingers, squeezing. Now, if you drop your ball, it's just part of your workout to go and get it. They can be tiny tosses. They can be high tosses, quick tosses. Good. Be here for a little bit longer. You can shift your weight from side to side if we're standing, or if you're seated, check in with that posture. Are we sitting up nice and tall on the edge of our chair, engaging in that core? Good. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. Next one is exchange in front. So I want you to open up those arms nice and big, palms face forward. We're gonna bring that ball in front of our chest, squeeze in the chest, exchange hands, nice and tight that ball, and then open up those arms nice and big, and alternate. So I'm squeezing in the chest as the ball comes in front, squeezing the shoulder blades as I open up. Notice this is like a continuation of our warm-up. Arms are feeling it, core is engaged, and seated or standing, up to you, whatever feels good. Perfect. Let's go for 3, 2. Last one here. Open, squeeze, and open. There you got those arms. We're gonna go behind our back this time. So if we're seated, make sure you're sitting on the edge of your chair so you can bring that ball behind your back, grab it with your opposite hands, and come in front. So I'm going clockwise right now, opening up that chest as that ball comes behind my back. Good. Again, really hanging on nice and tight to that ball each time. Opening up that chest, sit like this all day, hunched over, so this is really good. Open up our chest. Go the opposite direction, working that brain. Counterclockwise if you're with me. Good. Fit up. 3, 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. We're gonna go over our head, so depending on your range of motion with your shoulders. Our arms are out wide, palms face the sky. This time ball comes up over our head, exchange over the top, and then back down. Good. Seated option. Check in with your posture. We sit up nice and tall. Good. If we need to come up over the forehead, because over our head doesn't work, that's totally fine. Ooh, these arms are feeling it. 5 more. 5, 4. Bit up. 3, 2. Last one. And 1. Nice. Shake it out. Okay. We're going to go under the legs. So for those of us seated, legs are kind of out, 90-degree bend. I'm going to hinge forward, bring my chest towards my thighs, bring that ball underneath those legs, and then sit up nice and tall. For those of you standing, you want to try it standing. Legs are kind of slightly bent. I'm going to hang onto the ball with both hands. I'm just going to hinge forward, getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Back stays flat, squeezing those glutes, and stand. So that's the standing option, or you got the seated option. Let's go. So hinge it forward, up and squeeze, or you bring that ball underneath those legs. Good. Again, still hanging on nice and tight to that ball. Bit up. Inhale down. Exhale. 3 more. Here's 3. Last 2. Good. Final one here. All right. We're going to channel that inner basketball player. We're going to do something great. If we're standing, this will feel similar to that windmill. Legs are nice and wide. The ball's in my right hand, and as I shift my weight to the left, I'm going to touch that ball to my opposite knee, stand up, and alternate, okay? For those of us seated, we're going to go under left leg, over left leg, under right leg, over right leg. You ready? Whatever version, let's go. We're working that brain. We're working the body as we go from that opposite side, working that core a little bit. If you're doing it standing, you're shifting that weight from side to side. We don't have to go for speed. We can go for quality over quantity. Totally fine. Give me 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right. We're going to get some cardio going. We're going to go sky to ground. So if we're seated, hanging on nice and tight to that ball, hands to the sky, hands to our hips. And then I want you to reach it as far forward as you can. For those of us standing, we're going to reach it up to the sky, bring it to our hips, mini squat. We're going for 10. You ready? Let's go. 1, 2. Push those hips back if you're seated or standing. Good. Tiny little squat, keeping that chest up. Let's go. 5 to go. 5. Those of us seated, we're here. 4, 3, 2 more, 2, and 1. Woo, rest. All right, final one, nice little lateral bend. We're gonna work those obliques. We're gonna get a nice stretch in our shoulders. So I want you to inhale those arms up overhead. Whatever hand the ball is in, you're gonna pull that elbow to that hip, reach the other arm up to the sky, and then we'll alternate. Standings here, reach. Nice little lateral bend. Pull that elbow to that hip. As you reach that other hand up to the ceiling. Nice little stretch, good. Work those obliques, that's our core. Good, last one on each side. Pull that elbow down, and awesome. Go ahead and put that tennis ball down, grab some water, grab your weights. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes of our workout. We're gonna use the same format the rest of the class, and I'll explain what we're gonna be doing. There's lots of different types of high intensity interval training. Sometimes there's Tabatas, sometimes there's like timed intervals. What we're gonna be doing today is called an AMRAP. That stands for as many rounds as possible. What I love about AMRAPs is you get to go at your own pace, however you're feeling. So you're gonna see 4 exercises up on the screen, and there's a certain rep count for each one. Once you finish that rep count for whatever exercise, then you move on to the next one, then the next one, then the next one, and then you put it on repeat. We're gonna be here for about 4 minutes each. And so you're gonna get to go at your own pace. So maybe in that 4 minutes, you only get through 1 round. Totally fine, as long as you keep moving. Works for me. Maybe you get through 3 rounds. It's not a competition. So I'm gonna walk us through all these exercises, then I'll put on our timer and we'll get started. So first set is 15 sit to stand or leg extensions. If you can stand up and sit down, we can use a walker or a countertop or a chair for extra assistance. You're gonna stand up and sit down, and you're doing 15. You're counting your own reps. Once you hit those 15, then you'll move on to the next one. For those of us seated, it's gonna be leg extensions. Left, right is 1. 1, 2 to 15. Once you hit 15, then you're moving on to the next one, which is called alternating snatches or curl press. So you just need 1 weight. What it looks like is if I'm seated, I'm gonna hinge forward, reaching that weight towards the floor. I'm gonna sit up nice and tall, and I'm gonna curl and press, switch hands. Each one counts, so it's about 10 on each side. I'm gonna hinge down, sit up, curl to a press. If you want a little bit more of an athletic move, there's also what's called a snatch, which is a high pull to a press. So it's a little bit more of a complicated move, which is why I kept with the curl to press. It's a little simpler. If you want to do it standing, you do a mini squat, stand up, curl, press, switch hands, mini squat, curl, press, or that athletic move, high pull to a press. Cool. So once you hit 20 of those, you're gonna drop your weight and you've got some cardio. You have 30 rope climbs. You get to decide if you wanna do hard count or easy count. Easy count is each one counts. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 30. Hard count is right, left equals 1. So if you want more cardio, 1, 2, you get to choose. You have 30 of those. Once you're done with 30, you've got 50 punches. Same idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, or right, left is 1. You decide. Once you're done with those punches, you're back to the top with those sit to stands until the end of our time. All right? That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be here for 4 minutes, so see how many rounds you can get in. This is the beauty of this type of workout. You get to go at your own pace. Feel free to stick with me. Go slower, go faster. That's up to you. Safety is key. Do this seated or standing or a combination of both. We're gonna get started in about 15 seconds. So if you're ready, get your mind right. Get those weights ready if you want them. Now, if you want a little bit more with your sit to stand, you can always add weight. That always increases our intensity. We start in 3, 2, let's go. You got 15 sit to stands or those leg extensions. Again, going at your own pace, counting at your own pace too. Good. Keep it up. Maybe we're here doing those leg extensions. Nice. Once you hit 15, you're moving on to those snatches. Good. Nice. We're working that lower body, making sure we're breathing. Think about the muscles we're working. Good. Once you hit those 15, then you're gonna grab that one weight and do those snatches or those curl presses, alternating, each one counts. Again, curl to that press, biceps and shoulders. Good. Keep it up. For those of us standing, maybe squat, curl press. Good. Switching hands each time. Again, if you want to do that more explosive move, get the high press to a pull. About 10 reps on each arm to get to 20. Nice job. Feels good. Hard to count and talk at the same time. Good. Let's go. Core is engaged. We're almost halfway there. You're doing so good. Once you hit those 20 alternating curls to a press and you move on to that next exercise, those rope climbs. Nice. Again, you can do easy count, hard count. I'm gonna go for easy count, each one counts. Keep it up. Ooh. We're keeping that brain engaged as we count. Move on to those punches once you're done with those rope climbs. Core stays nice and strong. If we're having a bad day, we're gonna take it out right here. Minute and a half to go, let's go. Nice work. Woo. And once you're finished with those 50 punches, then you're back to the top to those sit to stands. Nice job. Or those leg extensions. Keep going at your own pace, wherever you're at. Keep moving, feeling good. Full body exercise right here. You have 1 minute to go. Let's go. Looking good. Woo. Nice job. Keep going at your own pace. Like I said, it's not a competition. This is you moving that body. Good. Can you give me 30 more seconds wherever you're at? Keep working hard. Good job. Each round, we're gonna work our lower body, upper body, core, cardio, everything. 15 seconds left. Keep working hard. Keep getting in those reps. Good job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Rest. Grab some water. Woo. Maybe you got through 2 rounds. Maybe you got through 1 round. Feeling strong. Feeling good. Well done. All right. Next set of exercises is going to come up onto the screen. Same idea. All right. Just different moves. Here we go. Next set of exercises right up here. Okay. So what this is going to look like is we're going to be doing 15 rows to a kickback. So we're going to work our back. We're going to work our triceps, again, seated or standing. Now, 15 reps can feel like a lot. So what we're going to be doing is if we're standing, weights are to our side. We're going to hinge forward. You're going to row. Keep those elbows tucked in nice and tight. Extend the weight straight back. Lower. I like to stand up each time to really protect my back. But if you want to just stay here and knock out 15 reps, go for it. Stand up if your back starts barking at you. If we're seated, we're just going to have those heels out in front of us. Weights to our side. Again, hinging forward. Row. Elbows up. Using those shoulder blades to kick it back. Lower. Again, sit up each time if you want. 15. So that one's going to take a little bit of time. Then we got 20 squat taps. Each one counts. We're seated. 1, 2. If I need to physically lift my leg, I can do that. If you want to do 20 clamshells, you can also do that. For those of us standing, hanging onto a chair, countertop walker, whatever, tap that foot to the side, back to the center. You can also shift weight if that feels better. You can also lift the leg if that feels better. So 1, 2 to 20, okay? So we got 30 jumping jacks. Arms can come up overhead. They can come in front doing like a seal jack, but 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. 30 of those, or coming forward if our shoulders are starting to get pretty tired. Final one is those penguins. Each one counts, leaning from side to side. 1, 2. If we're standing, we can be here, dragging that pinky along the side of our leg towards that knee, working those obliques. Then back to the top. Cool? All right. If you're ready, we'll get started in about 30 seconds or so. So get your mind right. Look at the exercises up on the screen, decide. Maybe I want to do some of these seated, some of them standing. Again, we got 4 minutes of work. Rows to a kickback. There's our first exercise. Seated or standing. Again, if you want to incorporate that stand each time, I like to do that because it just kind of saves my back. We start in 10 seconds. Grab those weights. Seated or standing, rows to a kickback. Roll those shoulders down and back. Let's go, you got 15. Row to a kickback. Good. Keep it up. So we got working our back, working our triceps, working that lower body too as we stand up each time. Good. Keeping that back flat, keeping those weights close to our side. Nice. For those of us seated, we're here. Row. Just really squeeze those weights back. Once you hit 15, then you move on to those squat taps. Working that booty, inner thigh, outer thigh. Balance if you're doing it standing. Nice. Again, we're thinking about the muscles we're working. Those back muscles, squeeze those shoulder blades together as we pull those weights back. Back in the arm. Nice. You might be finished with these. And you're moving on to those squat taps. Each one counts. You got 20 of them. Woo! Seated or standing. Tapping that foot to the side. Bring it back to the center. Maybe I'm physically lifting. Good. Or we're working a little bit of balance. A little bit of a squat as we tap it to the side. Or I'm shifting that weight from side to side. Nice work. Keep it up. Maybe you're finished with these squat taps. Maybe you're moving on those jumping jacks or those penguins, or you're still working on those rows. Wherever you're at, keep it up. We're almost halfway there. Nice. Nice job. Good. Then you got those 30 jumping jacks. You can do low impact, tap that heel. Maybe we would just stand and go arms up overhead. Maybe you're going hardcore. Whatever version works for me. Maybe we're doing that seal jack. Arms come in front. That works too. Nice. Good. If we're seated, how's your posture? Check it in. You need to go grab a water. Drink a water. Go for it. These cardio moves. Arms are up overhead. You start feeling out of breath. Getting that blood pumping. Minute and a half to go. Crushing it. Woo! Once you're done with those 30 jacks, you got those penguins reaching from side to side. You want more, add in those weights. Again, standing option, I like to drag that pinky along the side of my leg. It really helps me focus on keeping my chest up and working those obliques, side abdominal muscles. Functional move, if you drop something, you gotta reach down to pick it up. You gotta have a strong core. Good. If you're done with these penguins, you're back to the top, to those rows to kickbacks. You have a minute of work left. Doing awesome. Keep it up. Nice job. Almost there. Perfect. You're with me. You might be getting more reps or less reps. It's hard to count and talk at the same time. You're sticking with it. You're counting your own reps. 30 seconds to go. Wherever you're at, keep working hard. Good. Whether you're doing these rows to kickbacks, squat taps, penguins, jumping jacks, keep moving. Last 15 seconds. Stay strong. Come on. Almost finished. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. Drop those weights. Grab some water. Feeling strong. Whether you got in 1 round, 5 rounds, we are doing it. All right, nice job. Moving on. Same idea. Next set. Here we go. While you grab some water, catch your breath. We're gonna walk through these next 4 exercises. All right, so we got L raises. So this one's really gonna work your brain, your body, and those shoulders. You can do these with weights, without weights, up to you. Essentially, as one arm comes to the side for a lateral raise, the other arm comes forward. So we're gonna go 1, lower, 2, lower, so on and so forth. Again, L raises, keeping our hips forward as we're here. So we're working that core, we're working our brain, and those shoulders. 16 L raises. Then we got hamstring curls. If we're doing this standing, I can kind of lean a little bit against a desk or a chair to give me a little bit of leverage as I pull that heel up to the booty, like so. Hamstring curls. We can also stand up nice and tall, pull that heel up. If I don't need any balance, I can pull those arms back. We got 20 of those. If we're seated, legs are kind of out in front, and I'm going to tap that toe underneath my chair, like so. Now, for some of us, that might be kind of a challenging move. So if you've got like a rollator or a walker that moves back and forth that you sit on, you can always push yourself forward, pull yourself back, push and pull with those legs. That'll get those hamstrings going. Or if you've got like a desk chair, it's also a nice way to move the hamstrings if like pulling the toe doesn't work for us, okay? So you got 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Then we got knee marches. So we're gonna bring that knee up. Maybe I physically lift. I can just march. If you want more, hands come up overhead. If we're standing, obviously if I don't need anything to hang on to, I can be here or hang on to my chair, countertop, wall. Get those knee marches in. 30, 15 on each side. Final one is twist. We're gonna grab our weight. You can do it seated or standing. Right, left. 1, 2, 3. Standing, we're twisting, or you're doing it seated. If you're doing it seated, you can also lean back slightly. You do more of like a Russian twist. Each one counts. All right. Those are our exercises that are up on the screen if we're missing any. And we're going to get moving and grooving. Are you ready? We'll get started in about 20 seconds or so. So get your mind right. Find those weights. Again, these are L raises. If the weights feel too heavy, just do body weight. Okay? All right. Seated or standing, grab those weights. We start in about 20 seconds. Check in with that posture. If we're seated, sit up nice and tall, sit on the edge of your chair. Again, one weight comes forward, one weight comes to the side. Are you ready? 4 minutes of work, starting with those L raises in 3, 2, let's go. So, up, lower, switch. 16 of these. Good. Hips stay forward. Don't let that torso twist. You got 16 of them. Each one counts. Good. Once you're at 16, you got those hamstring curls. Nice. Woo! I feel it. All right. Once you're done with those and you drop those weights, you got those hamstring curls. Each one counts, 20. Maybe you're tapping the toe underneath your chair, working the back of that hamstring. And now if you want more, you can do right, left as 1 and do 20 on each leg. That'll make it go longer. So it's up to you. Once you hit those 20 hamstring curls, again, maybe I'm hanging on to something, a wall. Woo! Once you're done with those, then we got those knee raises. Again, Maybe I'm hanging onto a wall, drive that knee up. Or we're here. Maybe I'm physically lifting that knee. You got 30 of them. Maybe I'm just marching or physically lifting. 30 of them. Each one counts. Good job. Feels a little bit like cardio. Drive those knees up. Again, if you want more, reach those arms up overhead as you drive that knee up towards those hands. Once you're finished with those knee marches, then you got those twists. Good, wherever you're at, keep moving. Stick with your reps. We got those twists. Each one counts. We're going for 20. Keep that core nice and strong. We're not going for speed for these twists. Breathe. If you slow down the move, you're going to feel those muscles really recruit. Good. Twisting from side to side. The further the weight out is in front of you, the harder it's going to be. Keep that in mind. 1.5 minutes to go. Once you're done with these twists and you're back to that L raise, speeding through this round. Keep it up. Nice job, everybody. Keep it up. So strong. 1 minute to go. You got this. Nice. Once you're done with those L raises, then you move on to those hamstring curls. I'll show that seated option. Tapping that toe underneath the chair. Maybe you're doing it standing. Drag that toe. Feel the hamstring, that back of that leg fire. Let's go. Last 30 seconds. Keep moving. Once you're done with those hamstring curls, then you move on to those knee raises. From those knee raises, you go to those twists. Good. Keep it up. "15 seconds. Stay strong. Wherever you're at, keep moving. Knock out those reps. Can you give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, rest. Grab some water. Feeling good. We have 2 more sets. 2 more sets of 4 minutes of exercises, and then you're done. This is what I love about AMRAPs. We're getting in lots of different reps. We're working different muscle groups, but you're getting to go at your own pace, which is so great. You know, maybe tomorrow if you were to do the same workout, it would look different, and that's okay. All right, here we go. Next set of exercises coming up on the screen. All right, we got some chest press, hip openers, ice skaters, and then a little bit of your own counting for a plank. So this is what it's gonna look like. Chest press or push-up. So if you have a countertop, a desk that won't move, or even a wall, we're gonna be doing kind of like a push-up. So if you've got a wall in front of you, you can bring your nose to that wall. Exhale, push away. Really great option. I like to do these in the kitchen against my countertop. So inhale as that chest comes towards the wall, countertop, whatever. Exhale as we push away. If standing or that just doesn't feel good, the other option is you can do standing, push and pull those weights, or we can do it seated, leaning back slightly, shoulder blades in the chair. Exhale as I push those weights up. Inhale as weights come back. Okay, so you got 15 of them. That's seated option, standing option, wall countertop option. 15 of those. Then we got hip openers. So this is a little different than a squat tap because I'm going to lean. I'm going to bring that foot up and over like I'm stepping over something and bring it back to the center. Up and over and back to the center. Maybe I'm physically lifting out wide and back up. Each one counts. We've got 20 of them. If I'm standing, again, hanging on to something, pretend like I'm stepping over something. Life is unpredictable. The things on our floor is unpredictable. Be able to pick up that knee and step over something or over a stair or over a curb, okay? So each one counts. We got 20 of those. Then we got some ice skaters. So if we're standing, We can do that similar move we did before with those figure eights. Leaning from side to side, shifting that weight. Each one counts. 1, 2, 3. That's a good option. If stepping, a little bit of balance works, you can do that as well. For those of us seated, we can do kind of like a hacky sack jack, or come down into that windmill like we did in our warm-up. Again, each one counts. Final one is that plank hold. So options here. You can go against a chair, countertop, wall, and hold a plank. You count your own 20 seconds. This is going to be your most challenging option. Maybe I'm just against the wall here, holding for 20 seconds. If that doesn't work, you can also hold a weight out in front. Just stand here, core is engaged, arms are strong. You count for 20 seconds. For those of us seated, again, same idea, holding the weight out in front for 20 seconds. Cool? All right. Grab those weights or get against the wall. We're doing that chest press or those push-ups. Are you ready? We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I'm gonna do some wall push-ups. I like these ones. Wrists are kind of in front of that chest. Inhale, the nose comes towards the wall. Exhale, they push away. Good. If this doesn't work for you, you got to get to 15. Maybe I'm pushing and pulling those weights. Maybe I have a TheraBand. I can be here, or I'm leaning back with those weights. Inhale down, exhale away. Once you hit 15, you move on to those hip openers. If the weights are too heavy, drop them. Good. Core is engaged if we're leaning back. Again, you can do it sitting up nice and tall as well. Once you hit 15, we got those hip openers. Imagine stepping over something and back into the center. Each one counts. Go for 20. Good, or we're here, standing, hanging on to something. Nice job. Keep it up. Drive that knee up, tap it to the side, and up. A little bit of core. Ooh, working those hips. Shifting our weight. Working on weight shifting, balance. Nice. Once you hit 20 of those, then you're onto those ice skaters or those windmills, hacky sack jacks, whatever feels good for you. Good job. Wherever you're at, keep moving. Go at your own pace. You do not have to stick with me if I'm going too fast. Nice. And once you're done with those, you can do those ice skaters. I like this standing option. Shifting my weight from side to side. I'm not picking up my legs, so I'm working my balance as I shift from side to side. Touching the opposite hand to the opposite knee. Again, maybe I'm doing a little single leg. That was a little scarier, a little bit more challenging. Good. You can go for speed. Feel it in those glutes. Feel it in those hamstrings. Or we're here. Good. Get to 30. Maybe I'm lifting that foot if I'm seated. Good option here. Maybe I just tap that knee. Totally fine. Once you hit 30, then you count your own pace. Those 20 seconds of that plank hold against the wall, holding that weight wherever you're at. I'm gonna do a little bit of a plank hold against my chair. Again, this one's gonna be the most challenging because feet have to be behind, wrists are over those shoulders. Core is engaged, nice and strong. Count for 20. If that doesn't work for us, maybe we stand and hold a weight out in front. Isometric hold here. Seated options here. Keep that core engaged. Pull that belly button into the spine. Strong arms. Good. Woo! Once you hit 20 seconds, you're back to those chest press, push-ups, whatever version feels good to you. Keep breathing. Keep moving. 30 seconds to go. Good. Once you finish with those chest presses, you got those hip openers. You're almost finished. Last 15 seconds. Wherever you're at, Whatever exercise you're working on, finish strong. Last 10. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice job. We have one final set to go. You are crushing it. Feels so good. Grab some water. Last and final round. Ooh, this one requires no weight at all, just body weight. So good. We're gonna do some eyes, Y's, and T's. We're gonna work that posture, some calf raises, a little bit of side step cardio, and then some weighted sit-ups or holds. So, eyes, Y's, and T's, no weights at all. We're gonna reach those arms up overhead, pull the thumbs back, I, back to the center, up into that Y like you do in the YMCA. T, that is 1. We're doing 10 of them. So 1, 2, so on and so forth. Seated option as well. 10 of those. Then we got 15 calf raises. So maybe we're holding onto a chair, countertop, wall, up onto those toes, rock back onto those heels. Seated option. Ooh, ignore my whistle. Good. Ignore that whistle. We'll start in a second. You got those 15 calf raises. Again, seated option. We're sitting on our chair, coming up onto those toes, rocking back onto those heels. 15 calf raises. Then we got a side step, seated option. If you kind of have a little bit of a chair, I'm kind of going side step, swiveling a little bit in my chair. I'm gonna get those arms going too. Each one counts. We got 20. For those of us standing, 1, 2, 3. Hang on to that chair, 4 to 20. Then we got weighted sit-ups or a hold. So I can't really do sit-ups pregnant, but weights at our chest. We're gonna lean back, touch those shoulder blades, exhale, elbows to knees. You have 30 of those or a 30-second hold. So I'm gonna hold that weight, lean back slightly, and hold. Again, you get to count at your own pace. We're here for 4 minutes. Knocking out the exercises up on the screen, starting with those I's, Y's, and T's for 10. We start in 3, 2, and 1. Begin. All right, here we go. I's, Y's, and T's. So up, that Y, to the T. That's 1. We got 10. Pulling those thumbs back, squeezing in those shoulder blades. Check in with your posture if you're seated. Good. Once you hit 10, then you got those calf raises. Ooh. Feel in those shoulders, pull those thumbs back. Woo. Once you hit 10, then you got those calf raises up onto the toes, rock back onto the heels. Good. Getting that balance. Good job. Once you hit those calf raises, then you got those side steps, working that cardio, a little bit of arms, and those weighted sit-ups. Good. Nice job. And that side step. 20 of them. Each one counts. Good. Keep it up. Nice. Then you got that weighted sit-up or that hold. It's gonna hold. You can hold a weight or hold the world. Keep it up. Halfway there, you got 2 minutes of work left. Staying cognitively engaged as you count your reps, count those seconds. Once you're done with those 30 weighted sit-ups for that hold, then you're back to the top to those I's, Y's, and T's. Making sure you're breathing as you do that crunch. Exhale as you come forward. Inhale as you come back. Or if you're in that hold, still breathe. Here we go. You're into those I's, Y's, and T's. Good job. Listen to your body. Slow it down. Grab some water if you ever need to take a break. Or do it seated. You're starting to get tired. Nice. Once you get 10 of these, and you got those calf raises again. Woo! Shoulders are feeling it. Good. Nice job. Wherever you're at, you keep working hard. We have 1 minute of work left, and we're going to stretch it out and call it a day. You are strong. You are crushing it. Keep working hard, my friends. Good. Once you're done with those calf raises, like up on the screen, that side step. Keep it up. Beautiful. Stay strong. Final 30 seconds. If you're with me, we're doing those crunches, those holds. Wherever you're at, stay strong. I'm gonna add in a little bit of a knee raise with this hold. 20 seconds left. Wherever you're at, whether you're doing those I's, Y's, and T's, calf raises, side steps, or this weighted sit up or hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Grab some water. Oh my word. You did it. Well done. Woo. Nice. I'm going to change up our music a little bit. Change up our screen. Cool it down. Stretch it out. Hopefully you're feeling strong, feeling proud of yourself for the hard work that you did. Yay, we did it. Full body workout, AMRAP style. Love it. All right, grab some water. Heart rate might be up there a little bit, breathing kind of hard, feeling a little tense. You know, it was an intense workout. So I just want you to sit on the back of your chair, get comfortable. Kind of do a little bit of a mini body scan one more time, kind of checking back in with our mood as we breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. How are we feeling? Think about how you came to class. Maybe you were feeling overwhelmed, anxious, stressed. Maybe you just forgot about all those things just for the last hour. Awesome. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more energized with our fatigue. Good. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, thinking about our muscles, how they're feeling. We're going to stretch them out. And as we stretch, I just want you to also appreciate your body, how it's moved for you today. So as we inhale those arms up overhead, palms together, lengthen in the spine as you reach, taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Thank your arms for how strong they've been for you today. Drop that right arm onto your chair and just lean a little over to the left side or the right side. Good. Feeling a nice stretch in those shoulders and those obliques. And then this hand on the chair just gives us a little bit more stability. Good. Inhale those arms back up, palms together, lengthen in the spine. Big breath in. Drop that left arm. Exhale over to the left side. So glad you joined me today. Inhale that left arm back up. Exhale, bring those arms back behind. Maybe we grab our chair. Maybe we clasp hands behind our back. Getting a nice stretch in that chest. Inhale through the nose this time. Exhale, round in the back. Reach those arms forward like you're hugging a tree. Nice stretch in those shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale. Shake out those arms. Good. We're going to get a nice little neck stretch in real quick. So I want you to bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Maybe we place our hand gently on top of our head and then reach that left arm down. Feeling a nice stretch down our neck. You can change up the angle of your chin to your chest. Just be aware of that weird electric zing. It's called the meat sign. If you get that, just don't do it. It's not comfortable. Big breath in and out. Good. Gently inhale that head back up to neutral. This time we're going to bring left ear to left shoulder. You can place your hand on top of that head, reach that right arm down, Again, play with the angle of your chin to your chest. Build a lot of tension in our necks. There's a nice little stretch here. Gentle. We're not pulling on our neck. Letting the weight of our head just kind of leaning over that side. Inhale, head comes back up to neutral. Nice. Inhale those arms into warrior one, so palms are facing each other up overhead. Lengthen in the spine. Exhale, push those walls away into warrior two, pulling those fingertips up. Really nice stretch in those forearms. Take a big breath in, reach one arm across your chest, hug that arm to your chest, and rotate it in the wrist. Beautiful. This workout, along with a lot of others, can be found on my YouTube channel at Keep Moving with Emily, or the Mercer Center always records the workouts that they do. So make sure you go check them out too. Lots of ways to help you keep moving. We should be getting in at least 30 minutes of exercise a day, 5 days a week. So lots of great options. Find something that's fun for you, something that you'll do consistently. Exhale it out, shake out those arms. Inhale into that warrior one again. Exhale into warrior two, press those walls away. Good. Bring that other arm across our body, hug that arm to your chest. We should try to change it up too, getting in some cardio, whether that's going for a walk or going for a roll or hopping on a stationary bike. It's good to get cardio in, but also making sure we're working on strength, using weights. I love doing water aerobics. It's a great workout. Just make sure your pool's not over 86 degrees because getting overheated is no fun. Exhale it out, shake it out. Good. All right, let's stretch out this lower body. Grab underneath your knee, pull that knee up, rotate in the ankle, point and flex the toe. So yeah, there's lots of fun ways to get moving. Yoga, Tai Chi, maybe just sitting and breathing. That's also an exercise. Inhale that knee up. Exhale, lengthen that leg long, heels on the ground, toes pointed up. We're gonna reach towards that toe. If you can, maybe you just touch your shin. Pull those toes up towards your face. Get a little bit of a calf stretch if you can. Big breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, getting that oxygen, that blood back to those muscles we've worked so hard. Good. Grab underneath that knee, pulling the foot up on top of our thigh, and hinge it forward. You want like a little bit of a deeper stretch as you push into that knee. Look over that other shoulder. A little bit of a spinal twist. Nice little stretch, opening up the hips, opening up the chest. But if that doesn't feel good, this is your opportunity to kind of reach your body needs. Good. All right, hug that knee up to your chest. Place that foot on the floor, other side. Hug that knee, point and flex the toe, rotate in the ankle. Good. Inhale that knee up. Exhale, lengthen leg long, heels to the ground, toes pointed up, and reach. Pull those toes up towards your face if you can. And stretching the calf. Lovely. Pull that knee up. Place the ankle on top of your thigh. Bring that chest towards that bent leg if you can. Noticing if you got tight hips, tight glutes. Stretch what you need. Again, if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch, you'll push into that knee and then look over that other shoulder. Opening up that chest, opening up that knee. All right, place that foot on the floor. Last big breath in. My friends, whatever you find yourself, just know that you are stronger than MS or whatever you are walking through. Thanks so much for joining me for another Keep Moving with Emily, and I will see you back next time.